Hi, it's me Leo, back again with another video. In this video I'm going to be going over how I detail my car at home. So this video is hopefully going to be an easy to follow tutorial on how to properly wash your car. Obviously I'm not a professional, but this is how I've learned how to wash my car. So hopefully this video will be useful to some people. I'm going to be wearing a GoPro for the POV footage. So the first step I do when washing my car is snow foam, and it is the most satisfying step. So I'm going to show you what products I use and how I snow foam my car. So I believe I paid about £6 for this 5-litre bottle, and this is shampoo and snow foam 2-in-1. And it's quite a thin, foamy car shampoo that you can use as snow foam if you want to. And so obviously if you are using snow foam, you're going to need a pressure washer. So I've got this Bosch pressure washer, but this pressure washer does come with an attachment you can stick on the end and fill this cartridge up with snow foam. So we're going to use this. So the pressure washer is ready with snow foam. So the idea of this pre-wash is to try and get rid of as much dirt from the car before you make contact with the car and wash it with your hand. Because if there's a lot of dirt on the car, it'll be smeared into the paintwork of the car and it might even scratch the paint of your car. So let's get on with the pre-wash. So one thing I have noticed about this particular pressure washer is that this reservoir here is tiny, so I may need to fill up twice. Oh my god, huh. There we go, I think that's on now. So I'm basically just applying a thin layer of foam onto the car, and then the foam's just going to drip off the car and pull dirt down with it. So that's completely emptied the reservoir on here, and I think we've managed to do the whole car, so we're just going to leave it for a minute or so to drip. Before you rinse off the snow foam, you can agitate some of the foam with a clean paintbrush. I've seen some detailers do that, so I'm going to give it a go. So I'm now going to use the hose pipe to rinse the car off.
Perfect.
So the next stage is to actually wash the car with some car shampoo. So the car shampoo I've been using is this triple wax car shampoo. Basically just mixed some water and a bit of car shampoo in this bucket. I'm going to add a bit more water, and then what I'd recommend doing is getting another bucket and filling it with clean water and using this to rinse your cleaning device. Another really important thing when washing your car, you need to get yourself a good, I don't even know what you call it, like cleaning device. Don't use a sponge because that will most likely scratch your car. You want to get something that's fluffy, that can trap dirt, and that's quite smooth, like this. This one's a little bit like a glove, you can wear it like that. So it's now time to contact wash the car. So I've got my 2 buckets, and the way I do it is panel by panel. So I just wipe down all the panels and make sure that you regularly rinse the cloth because you don't want any grit to scratch your car. I also try and start from the top of the car and work my way down, because usually the lower areas of the car are the most dirty, so I sort of leave them to the end because I don't want to be spreading the dirt all around the car. One thing that I am missing that might be worth investing in is a grit guard, which is basically a tray that you put at the bottom of the buckets and it catches any grit. I just don't have one of those, but they would be a good idea to use. there we go, I finished hand washing the body panels of my car. Next, we're going to rinse that off. So we're just going to use the hose pipe to rinse the car off because it's still covered in car shampoo. So there we go, we have rinsed the car off and it's looking much better. Because it was a car shampoo mixed with a car wax. You can see the water is beading off the surface of the car, which is good. So I mean, you could get away with just doing this, just shampooing your car, and it will look much better. So I would say the car looks quite good at the moment, but we're gonna make it even cleaner. So up until now, my alloys have been neglected. So we're now gonna clean the alloys. We're gonna be using some alloy cleaner, ultra wheel cleaner. So this is for alloys. It's a spray bottle. So I think I got this from Amazon for a couple of quid. And what you want to do with this is essentially just spray it all over the alloy, like so. Basically just let it do the same thing that the pre-wash did. Try and pull out as much dirt as possible, a lot of that brake dust. So what I do next is I get my bucket of car shampoo with my scrubber on and I just give the alloys a clean. So after you've cleaned the alloys, just give them a quick rinse. So there we go, my car's clean, my alloys are clean. The next stage is adding a shiny protective coating of either ceramic coating or wax. So here we have a bottle of turtle wax. So this is the type of wax you pour on the car when it's dry. Rub it in, polish it off, and it will make the car look shiny and add a bit of protection. So I found that this works very well, but it's quite a lot of effort to apply. So I've gone out and bought a spray-on ceramic wax coating. So this basically does a very similar thing to this, but it's a lot easier to apply. And I believe you can actually apply it while the car is still wet. So I'm not actually going to bother trying to dry the car because it's had a little bit of time to air dry. I'm going to go around the car and apply this wax coating. Here we have the triple wax diamond ceramic wax. I think I just bought this because it was in Halfords for a couple of quid. There are a lot of different brands of this sort of stuff available. I'm not sponsored by any of the products mentioned in this video. It just happens to be what I've got. What this does is it applies a waxy layer to the top of the car that repels water. So I don't know if you've seen images of cars where there's water beading on the surface. This is what you use to get that effect. So let's switch to my GoPro and we'll apply this to my car. So what you do is you get a clean microfiber cloth, apply some sprays, and you then basically just get the microfiber cloth and rub it in. I found that with this liquid wax you don't actually need to polish it in, you just have to apply a layer all over the panel. And the panel doesn't even need to be dry. There you go. One thing to remember, don't get this on any of the windows of the car because you'll notice it. I've had it where I've accidentally sprayed a little bit on the window and it's just been there for months. It's been quite hard to remove. So I've just applied the liquid wax all over the car, so I'm just going to let it dry. But in the meantime, I've got this window cleaner. It's just a generic kind of household window cleaner. I'm going to go over all the windows and get rid of any smudges or smears. There's one final touch, and it's this bottle of turtle wax wheel shine. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply this to the wheels, and basically it will keep the wheels looking very dark black and repel water. So it basically just makes your car look a bit newer, and I think it looks really cool. So I'm going to apply some of this to my tyres. I put some on a couple of weeks ago and it's still there, but it makes your tyres just appear like wet almost, a bit waxy. And as you can see, the water is repelled from the sides of the tyres. I'm going to apply a new layer of this to the tyres, and hopefully it will make the tyres look a bit nicer. So you just apply some of this gel to the cloth and then essentially just rub it into the tyre. Because sometimes when tyres have been washed, they can dry out and look a little bit almost dusty. whereas this keeps them looking shiny. So there you go, it has actually started pouring it down, so I'm going to stop there. So I didn't actually get around to doing the interior of my car, but that'll be for another video. I think the exterior looks a lot better than it did. So I'm just going to take the camera and have a look around. All these raindrops are beading on the surface of the paint, which is what you want, and the whole car looks really clean and nice. So obviously this isn't the ultimate car detailing video because I haven't spent hours and hours doing it, but this is just something you can do in about 2 hours when you've got a bit of spare time at home. And this is a lot more satisfying than taking it somewhere to get it detailed, because you can do a lot of it yourself.